Hello, everyone. Laurie Barraco here. I'm hoping that everybody is receiving the notification that I am live. Oh, good. It looks like, here we go, live on Instagram as well. Phew. Here we are. Hello, it is Friday, January 3rd, and I am Laurie Barraco, and I'm looking forward to talking about the new year and some of the rituals that I participate in for myself and with others and so on and so forth. And I will be answering a couple of your psychic questions. So hello, and let me know if you can see me and hear me. Hey there, friends. I see some of you on Instagram as well. Hey, good morning. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. So this week I'll be answering some of your questions a little bit later with the Druidic Tarot, which is my deck for the month of January. And hey, friends, hey, good morning. Good to see all of you. And yes, I am a little nasally. I am on the tail end of a cold that I've had for like a week. So feeling much better. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. All right, so I'm so glad that you can see me and hear me. And excuse me, I was gonna a little cough, but I'm going to be answering some of your questions a little bit later. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be going the full hour. And I think it's really important that we honor and listen to our bodies because, we all have things to do. We all have things to do, places to go, responsibilities, and who likes to feel a little under the weather, And so for me, I know some people say that I am like really strict around that, but I really am strict around with the center, if you are not feeling well, if you have a fever, that it's best for you to honor yourself and stay home, right? So this is whether it's at the front desk or as one of the facilitators, because first of all, you don't want to give it to other people if you know that you're under the weather. And I get it, sometimes this is like me, I'm giving a lecture, but I think it's really important that we honor that you don't want to give it to other people. You don't want to compromise your own well-being when you're not feeling well, because then you can have a relapse and your body is saying, look, you got to slow down, take care of me. And then as a facilitator, how good of a session can you really do? How strong is your channel of energy if you are trying to push through it and you're not feeling great? I rescheduled a few sessions and it is an inconvenience for my clients. I know a lot of them have waited a year, but it's really important, I believe, that you listen to the body, you pay attention to what's going on, you honor yourself, and it's not the worst case scenario. Things can get pushed off. And sometimes when like a session is moved, it means that something is going to happen in that week where we need to discuss that next week. Anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go the full hour. Just going to honor my body. Anyway, so I'm so happy to see all of you. Look at all my friends here. Hey, everybody on Instagram as well. So I'm going to share some of the New Year intentions and rituals that maybe you're kind of like feeling like, do you want to do this? Do you not want to do this? It's a good start over, do over. And I did record my predictions for next week. We're in that same energy of stagnancy, things not quite coming together, and being in the present moment and surrender. And just because something's delayed, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And I've been speaking with a few of my friends, and this year it doesn't feel like it's all of that new me, new year, new me. It feels like, okay, I'm just still trying to sort through some of the stuff from last year, like my belief systems, my perspectives, and I'm still trying to digest what has been taking place and where I'm at now, right? Taking that internal, like checking in with yourself, like, where am I at now? Is anybody else going through any of that? I just want to ask, because it does feel like, well, I don't want to rush my goals and my intentions for 2025. I'm not sure yet. I'm still like waiting to be shown or to be given like the green light. Like last year, 2024, a lot happened for a lot of people, right? So there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of transition. It was a big deal for me to not renew that lease for the Fort Myers store. And I know that I went through at least a year of grief with that, still going through it with between the decision time and having that transition. It's like ending a relationship, like a marriage in that way, right? And then the loss of a couple of pets and just a lot of change. And I know a lot of people have gone through health issues and just many different things. And so it really is important to kind of go with the flow. There is a flow if you quiet the external stuff and you get within, go within. Like there is a flow, there is wisdom, there is hand holding that wants to help guide us with the next part of our journey, right? So I have noticed a lot of people are still like, I don't know, I haven't heard of many New Year's resolutions, to be honest. I haven't heard many people say, this is my resolution. So yeah, just know that you're not alone with the collective with like, gee, let's see. I don't know yet. I don't know. I know that so far this year, what are we on? The 3rd, right? January 3rd, have been kind of impulsive with a couple of things, but those things I'm like, that's a hell yes, right? Really delving back into sound therapy, my crystal bowls. I'm excited about a couple of bowls I'm about to order to bring into the center, have more bowls for people to purchase and so on and so forth. And so like, that was like, heck yeah, I got to do this right now. I got to make sure that my account and everything is all good to go so I can bring those sacred tools into the space. Let me just check on some of your comments. And Michael says, good reminders. Honor your body and follow your intuition. Thank you. Yes, and that's a reminder for all of you, because I know that in my field, and not just in my field, but people who are conscious living individuals, that they judge themselves. Maybe we feel judged if like you're not in perfect health, if you have a cold, if you need a surgery or some kind of procedure. People feel guilty or bad or judge themselves. Like we are human. We have a human temple and things are going to happen and nobody is perfect. So there's that. And so, yes. And Brian says, 2024 was definitely crazy. Yeah. Like what? Like we thought that we were, like we thought 2020 was a lot. I don't know. There's definitely been a lot going on since then, right? Hey, everybody. I see more people are joining. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I want to share some of my rituals or things to think about to do for this new year, because we're still in the new year. It's only the 3rd, and we've got lots of time. We have a whole year to manifest and grow and to gain wisdom. So one thing I would suggest that everybody do, and do this regularly, is having those releasing ceremonies. So lighting a white candle, writing down things you wish to release from the past, whether it's the past year, the past week, yesterday. Write it on a small piece of paper. We could have a couple of slips of paper and then put it in a fireproof bowl, visualizing the energy dissolving and following this with sage or Palo Santo to welcome in fresh energy. Excellent idea. Create a vision board. So you can gather, so you can do a physical vision board, or you can create a digital, an online, there's another word I want for it, where it's an online, virtual, that's the word, virtual vision board. Spend time thinking about what things will represent your goals or your dreams and intentions for that new year. Place it where you see it. Have a gratitude jar. Start the year with an empty jar, and each day or week, write something you're grateful for. Excuse me. And think about what you want to, what you're grateful for. Write it on a piece of paper, and at the end of the year, revisit these blessings. Select crystals that align with your intentions, abundance, and put them like abundance or money or love or excellent health, and put them on a grid under the full moon and set intentions by holding each crystal and speaking your goals out loud. Having a manifestation meditation, sit in a quiet place with clear quartz, visualize your ideal year unfolding with as much detail as possible. Allow yourself to feel the joy and excitement of these experiences as if they've already happened. That's the key to manifestation. One of the keys, I shouldn't say the key, one of the keys. Moving into the emotion, the feeling of how you're going to feel when you're in that energy. You're creating a psychic link that puts out feelers to help you with your manifestation process. Here's one that is really powerful that many people do, is selecting your word of the year. Choose a single word that encapsulates the energy, focus, or intention you want to bring into the new year. Now, this word will hold its own energy and consciousness, acting as a beacon to guide your path. As the year unfolds, you'll notice events and opportunities arising to help you with aligning with this word's vibration. Every word has a vibration. So whether it's courage, abundance, joy, or balance, trust that this word will help you grow and evolve. Write it down, place it on your altar, and keep it where you'll see it daily, right? So that's a big one, right? And can you have more than one word? Absolutely. You could definitely have more than one word if you want to work with that, but some people just prefer to work with one energy, which can be like an umbrella for many things. Don't forget to journal, like have a notebook or journal to write down your thoughts and allow messages from spirit to help you with putting the pieces together. Also with intent, like work with candles, intentional candle lighting. Choose a candle color that resonates with your goal, like green for prosperity, blue for peace. Carve your intention into the wax. Anoint it with essential oils and light it while meditating on your desire. And allow the candle to burn safely until it's done. So these are just a few of the different rituals that, let me scooch over here, that I work with, not just on the new year, but throughout the year, that help me with my goals, my intention, and refocusing my energy. So I'm going to take a quick little look here to see some of your comments. And so Roxanne says her word of the year is balance. That's a great word because that is an umbrella for many different things. And good morning, Joe. Excuse me. Just checking. Anybody else have a word that they wanted to share? Good morning, Patty. And as I mentioned, that probably won't be going too much longer. Not the full hour for today, because as you can see already, I don't want to be coughing online. Peace is a great word. Love that. And let's scoot over here to Instagram. So Crystal says inner peace. So she's got 2 words. That works. So I see Lana has a question. Good morning and happy new year. What is your guidance on the best crystal for welcoming intentions? Whew. Right off the bat, I was hearing actually 2, like as a blanket for intentions, clear quartz and pyrite. Pyrite brings in that lucky energy. Well, so does also green aventurine. Like the crystals that we've been selling so far, the most for January 2025 are clear quartz, citrine. Actually, so clear quartz, citrine, green aventurine, and pyrite. But I feel like pyrite is a great attractor, and so is the clear quartz. And also, yeah, the green aventurine is a lucky one too. So what is luck? It's like, when I think of luck, it's not wishful thinking. It's more of like saying like it's a the word luck is a vibration. So some people will say, well, it has a negative feel to it. Like some people are, blessed and some aren't. But if you say I'm lucky, it means that like, hey, I know good things will happen to me, right? So like it depends on your definition of that word as well. Hey there, more friends are joining. Hey, good morning, hello, and you're welcome. I mean, you can also get more specific with what it is you want to manifest, but clear quartz is like the crystal that does it all. Like it is so flexible and it amplifies your intention. Good morning, Wendy. And Jamie says, prayer and meditation for guidance into this year and discernment. Discernment. Oh my gosh, such a great word. Good morning, Elizabeth from Pennsylvania. Hey, Joe says definitely clear quartz and green aventurine. And Patty says she wants to be more grounded this year, more connected and present. That was the theme of my predictions for this week and the continuing theme for predictions, that messages from last year as well. Being in this moment is all we have. Like that, I know that sounds kind of corny, and people say that all the time, but it is true. All right, so I'm going to answer a few of your questions, psychic questions. So I will alternate between I don't know, I'm on like the StreamYard, which is Facebook, YouTube, and so on and so forth, and then the Instagram. So if you have a question, type it into the chat, and we'll see what Spirit has messages for you. Thank you. Been following for years, been meaning to come in when I was visiting my dad. Always drawn to my energy. Thank you. I think it's Lana. Thank you. Thank you so much for checking in. And sometimes there's that soul group that we connect with, just like energy, and we check in here and there. It's like that's a familiar energy, familiar feel, and it's listening to your intuition. Like, is there something that Spirit's bringing through, whether it's a card of the day or a crystal that's being highlighted, right? Well, we just always try to, maybe that is a really good theme to add to your themes or your intentions for the year, is to really pay attention to your intuition and to really listen to it. It's there for a reason. It's there to guide you. It's your higher self. Oh my gosh, your higher self wants nothing but the best of you. Your higher self wants you to fulfill your agreements in this lifetime, on this path. So why not, right? Thank you for sharing, friend. Whoops. Okay, let's see here. So I see some questions coming up. All right. So Elizabeth's question. Oh, wait. Nope. First, I have to go to Joe. Will my marriage continue, or is this the end? Oh, that's a serious question. That's a really serious question. I am hearing that as things are, that is going to end. Like things cannot continue in the way, like with alignment wise, right? Alignment wise. Conversations. Okay, so before I even select any card, Joe, I want to say this, that there's been a lot of change for you and your significant other. Lots of change, a lot that both of you have been through. And it would be best to have more patience on both sides for the adjustment and the evolution of both parties within the relationship. We need a little bit more time. So as things were, yes, that's ending and changing. But I keep feeling like then we come back together. Then we disagree. Then we're out of alignment. And I think both of you are very much in tune when we are not aligned. And then that is unsettling, of course. So let's see, will this relationship continue? I pulled 3 cards and it's a yes. Yes. Whew. It just is, I feel like that message that I just had from Spirit, that I shared from Spirit, is that you two have been through so much that it's too early to call it, and it doesn't need to be called yet. It just is that you both need to give each other space and patience. And when we are in a relationship for a while, we can feel like that flow of energy, the cords of energy, when they change and when they shift. So first card you have is the Three of Stones, which is the Three of Pentacles, which is the marriage card. So then we have, okay, so I couldn't have planned this any better. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Go with the flow, like just let things happen. Just like it's too early to call. And your last card was the Six of Wands reverse. So this is a really awkward time in your relationship, and it feels off, it feels wonky, but there's too much good, there's too much love there. We need to be more patient. We need to, you know what I felt like as one of the suggestions from Spirit is laughter. You two need more laughter, more fun stuff, and to laugh at yourselves and to not be so serious. Yes, there are things to tend to, but we need to like loosen up a little bit. Okay, so I hope that message helped. I'll just wait for Joe to comment. And I feel like we all can use that can apply to some areas in our life. The messages from Spirit from that reading. Okay, good. Wait, so Joe says, and yeah, it's been a bit nuts, and it has been 16 years. My gosh. So we ebb and we flow. We come together and then we go apart. Too much good there. So yeah, I was just listening. It felt like there was something else coming through, but just breathe in. And when someone's distracted, sometimes they're distracted and we don't feel them. And then we're like, did I do something? I don't feel them here. And it's because they have stuff going on. Okay. So I'm going to flip over here, switch over here to Instagram. Oh, good. I'm so glad that I was able to pronounce your name correctly. All right. Any questions on Instagram? Psychic question. In the meantime, I'll flip back over to this other streaming here. We have Elizabeth has a question. I'm looking for some guidance and direction for employment. Would you be able to touch on that for me? And you're welcome, Joe. So I'm being pulled to the time of November, Elizabeth, with ideas or seeds that were planted for you on the time like of November 2024. I'm also hearing that it would be best for you to try not to, it's like that whole control thing. The theme of the Emperor for December, and I think maybe also might be coming up also for January. Loosening up, letting go of trying to control everything. And yes, you're being responsible and being an adult, but then there's also the part of you're missing some of the cues. There's what I should do and what I want to do, right? Like there's that part, that dance. So you've got the Nine of Wands. You get the Five of Stones reversed, and then the Strength card reversed. So it's like you're stepping over your true passion and your gifts. It's like I'm looking over here with what I should do, and over here I'm stepping over what I'm really good at. Do you make things with your hands? It's like I want to create with my hands. So I don't know if that's like a side gig that you're wanting to kind of grow, or if it's your way to help process and heal and to connect to your divinity. It's like, I want to make something. I want to create something. I want to have this be the prototype and then figure out how to have that blossom. And I felt like in November, you took some steps towards that, but I don't see it as your full-time career right now, but I felt like it's a good idea to start working towards that. So let me see if that makes sense for you. And basically that's what the card said too. So the 901's saying that, all right, you're overlooking it. You're not paying attention to what's right in front of you. And we're trying to be practical and do what we think we should be done, what should be done, or what we think is a sure thing, but it's not a sure thing. If that makes sense. I'm going to wait a moment for the reply from Elizabeth. And I know there's a little bit of a delay, so. In the meantime, all right, I don't see any questions here on Instagram. Hey, Instagram. Anybody here have any psychic questions so that I can see? Okay, so Elizabeth says she's not making anything with her hands. So what is it that's creative? So if it's not for career, then it could be a way of how you relax and you process. But I do want to go to the time of November. It does feel like you set some things into motion, and then I felt like you pull the plug, maybe, or maybe it's your thought or your thoughts, or like your beliefs, or just feeling discouraged. So I will say this, that it feels like you might need to go down a pathway of what you thought something might look like, or that you should do. And then I'm seeing you really settle, and I'm being pulled to like May, June, where like you're picking up momentum. And I love your attractor factor with people. So what would be an example of that? So like maybe real estate or marketing or working with people one-on-one or coaching in that way. But there is something with your hand. So for some people, it's crocheting, some people it's painting, some people it's writing, some people it's playing an instrument. And so you said a friend left the job and that person is looking to see if they can fit me in where he works for employment. That might be possible. I don't think it's your forever position, though. I feel like that's a temporary kind of thing. But if you want to give it a try, right? Obviously, right? I still feel like I like your attractor factor with people and relating to people and connecting with people, your people skills. And so again, I feel like sometimes we have to have experiences to meet people, to really figure out where our niche is, right? Where we thrive, where our passion is. And I love for the time, as like I see you picking up a lot of momentum around the time of May, June. But I also do still like you kind of being like an independent kind of worker person. You work well with others, but I like you being responsible as a solo person too. So there might be like something that has that kind of feel coming in for you. Okay. All right. So I hope that helped a little. So Crystal on Instagram wants to know about love. Let's look at love. So let's look at love. We're going to pull 3 cards for love, 2025 and love. So are you involved with anybody right now, Crystal? Because I see someone that I like a little bit older than you coming in. Oh my gosh. So I got to show you the first card. Like this is the middle card, but look, that's the Hermit. That looks like an older person. So I love how like that aligns. So I do see someone coming into your life that is a little bit older. So it's not 10 years older. He doesn't look like the Hermit, but I feel that he's wise. I feel someone maybe like, I'm going to say 5 or 6 years older than you. And I like that feel for you. It just feels like someone who is super grounded, is very intelligent and like loves to learn new things. So we have the 10 of Wands reversed, we have the World reversed, and then we have that Hermit. So I feel like there's still a little bit more of self-discovery, and I feel like I need to kind of phase out some of the old stuff, continuing to cut the cords from the past, the relationships, the belief systems that have been created around that. And I like somebody a little bit older for you. So let's see if that resonates with you at all. It's just a little bit older, not looking like that Hermit, but just someone who's mature and has a life experience and wisdom gained. Let's see. So I'm just going to wait a moment. Then I'm going to go back over here to Elizabeth. So Elizabeth said she works with special needs adults, so that would be the hands thing. I feel like it's still something else, but I've made up my mind and I'm not staying there. So I'm looking for clarity as where I'm going to be going and doing what. I still feel like that position that your friend is looking to see if that works for you. I still think that you're going to be receiving a paycheck, but not everything has aligned yet, right? Wouldn't it be great if it's like, well, why can't I just skip and just go right there? Not yet. You still got to kind of find that flow. I like your people. So I do love your people skills, but I love the flexibility in the future of you being able to work on like your, like not quite commission, but being in charge of how, like being able to receive more than the base pay or hitting a ceiling. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So Crystal said the person she's been speaking with is 2 years older, but it could be some other person in the future. You're welcome. It could be, but I do like someone a little bit older than you. All right. So I'm going to answer just 2 more questions. So let's see here. And Patty says she has so many questions. Will we move? So first, so I know you asked about with your son's transition. So you have 2 questions, but we're going to just look at the will we move. So will we move in 2025? This is a yes. This is a yes. So you have the Adept of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. You have the Druid of Stones. So this is a definite yes. Yes, this is a King of Pentacles. And then you've got the Fool card. So this is a yes. So it does look like there is a move for you in 2025. And you haven't found the space yet or the location exactly or the home, but I do think that there is a move, and I feel like you can feel like there's a move. You might have even been preparing your home already for moving, like going through things and just as you settle in. Sometimes like when we settle in with ourselves, we find ourselves saying like, I don't think this is a forever situation. It feels like this is going to change. So I do feel that for you. And I know your son's been going through so much. So sending you so much love and support and honoring all of your journeys within the circumstances that are. So Elizabeth says, you're welcome. That seems like I'm saying this. Stay where you're at, and that is no longer an option for you. Yep, I do think you're going to be moving on to something else, but it feels like it's an in-between until what manifests next. But I still feel like there's something with your hands, like that just brings you peace. Like, again, for some people, it could be in their private time where it's where we're relaxing, or with painting or music or writing or crocheting. Like, I love the busyness of your hands where you can be in the moment and allow the energy to move through you. Sometimes when we like when we are in the zone, and we all have different activities when we're in the zone, and you're connecting with your divine self and you're bringing through that wisdom through the action of the physical action. So more of that, whatever it is for you. So there's changes afoot for this year. And I do feel like you're going to be able to settle in and feel really comfortable with where you're at this year. And Pat, again, if we could just jump forward to where we wish we could be, how easy that would be, how wonderful it would be. But I feel like having that feeling of, I know this doesn't feel completely right. Like that's your soul saying, but there's more. And I'm going to hold out until that happens. But I know that in the meantime, there might be some experiences I need to have under my belt, like who I meet, who I interact with, and what I learn about myself in that process. And Patty says, yep, she had a showing yesterday, but doubting what we should do. I feel like if you get a really, really, really great offer that is like really solid, then you could find an in-between place, right? I feel like you haven't found the next step. But you might rent something for just a little bit of time while you figure it out. Give yourself some flexibility. Okay, so I'm on end moving, so I'm going to answer two more. Next is for Busy Bee. And I've been questioning my intuition, desires, and intentions like that, as it's good to say, like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So that means that if you could like write down and acknowledge the situations that you have been spot on with, that will help you with some of the frustrations that you've been feeling. And sometimes we're not supposed to have excuse me, that roadmap with all of that. And sometimes we're not supposed to have the roadmap and all of the answers. But if you settle in and you tune out the outside world, there goes my voice. If you tune out the outside world, you'll notice that your inner voice will come through more smoothly. And pay attention to the signs from, like, so I'm saying, tune out the outside world, but then pay attention to nature, not people, nature, the aromas, the animals, the wind, the elements. What are they telling you? So there will be periods when our intuition is super strong and like you have the validations. And then there will be times where we have no idea what's going on because we're supposed to kind of just roll with it, right? We're supposed to move along without a guidebook. Okay. All right. So the last one is going to be here on Facebook and YouTube. Last question. So Elizabeth, Elizabeth, yes, Elizabeth. So she says, back to Elizabeth. So thank you. The thing I'd love to do at home is cooking, but my husband and I do love to cook. See, there is something within that, right? There's like being in the zone and creating alchemy with the ingredients and the aromas. Love that for you. So more of that. And Patty says, thank you. You're welcome. It's a reminder per prayer, and then let the pieces fall into place. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so for CL on YouTube, this is the last question. So the question is, will I be able to move to Colorado this year? So we'll pull 3 cards. Wow, I just got like really dizzy with that question as I tune in. Let's see what that's about. I feel like there's a lot that's been going on for you. Like, I mean, like a lot of events. And I felt like a lot of the pieces like haven't come, excuse me, haven't come together. Like we need to wrap up and tie up as many loose ends as we can before we think about moving. I feel like there is a move to Colorado. It just feels like you've got too many things up in the air. There might be a little bit of a delay for this year, right? It was this year. So what I see is that with some of the delays, as of right now, because of the loose ends, because of some of the things that you're like, I'm just going to leave it where it's at, where you could be being more proactive with conversations, with tending to what needs to be tended to. I feel like that you're going to repeat some of the experiences in Colorado. So let's just try to like be as thorough as we can. For some reason, CL, I want to go with your health. I feel like, I don't know if you're like really exhausted, I go to exhaustion and just trying like, okay, so when I say tie up some of the loose ends, some of those loose ends are telling people, I'm sorry, I can't, this isn't working for me, that you need to figure that out on your own. It's like you're taking, like I have like the 10, is that the 10 of wands? Like all of those wands and the responsibilities, and they're not all yours. I feel like that's part of tying up some of those loose ends. So I feel like you may be able to move there next year but if you are able to tie up and create more boundaries and so on and so forth this year, that it could be sooner than later. So I'll share the cards I have with you. So we have the Hermit reversed. We have, which is the energy that I just mentioned, which is giving all your time and energy, giving all of your focus on making sure this is okay, that's okay. And like, I feel like there's just the overwhelm that's going on with you. So the Hermit reversed, the Adept of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands reversed, and then the Apprentice of Stones, which is the Page of Pentacles. So I gotta worry, like, what's that little girl with the seatbelt? Like, turn around and worry about yourself. I really feel like you need to put your goals and your intentions as higher up on that priority list these days. So I do think there is a move to Colorado. It just might not be this year. But if you can, you know, try to take care of things as Spirit suggested, that will help you move up that process. And again, back to my predictions for this week that you'll be seeing this weekend, as for next week, as well as like the repeating message, the repetitive message from last year. Some things are out of control. Sometimes you feel like you're not in control, and sometimes we're not where we had hoped we would be, and we're really frustrated about that. But there's something that's still to be gained within the experiences in the here and the now of where we're at. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wait a moment to see my friend CL on YouTube if this resonates with you. So my friends, I am going to that's the last question I'm going to be answering due to my tail end of my cold, so that I can honor my body and not overdo it. Okay, so I'm just waiting to see, my friend, if that resonates. Okay, so hey there, everybody on Instagram. My intention, I'm pretty sure I'll be live next Friday as well, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll continue to create this online community. Thank you, Denise. Aw. Yes, I've been drinking lots of tea, delicious tea. Thank you. I'm feeling better. Thank you. I just got to, sometimes you got to listen more. Yeah, I'm feeling much better than where I was at, for sure. Thank you. Oh, you all are so sweet. You know what what is very helpful, but they taste horrible, are those immune like shot things that you can get at Publix, like the cayenne pepper and that ginger. Oh my gosh. They're so good for you, but it tastes like crap. And Patty says that a realtor called her with an offer during the live. Woohoo! Good luck, my friend. All right, my friend CL, I don't know. You might not still be here on the live. I hope that message resonates, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week. And okay, so there you are, CL. Sounds good. Making plans for myself. Good. Yes. And create healthier boundaries. And I just felt like that exhaustion. Like I felt like we need to get you feeling stronger and healthier. And thank you, everybody. Keep washing your hands. Like my hands are raw from washing them, but keep washing your hands. Take extra vitamins. Listen to your body. Also, spend some time outside. It's really beautiful out here. Well, I know some places are very cold, but here in Southwest Florida, we have a nice little cooler spell. So we've got the windows open, we've got the thieves and the on guard going in the diffusers and all the things. So, and drinking lots of tea, lots of water, soups, all of the things. So thank you, everyone. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your weekend. And here's to 2025 being an amazing year where we are thriving and feeling that peace and that joy and that love and all of the blessings that life has in store for us. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. I'm so grateful for all of you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, friends.